I'm Arlene, host of the television talk show Ask Arlene, which airs on Thursdays at 6:30. And as a business consultant and life coach, I help you to move forward in your business, project, or endeavor. So if you always wanted to write a book, but you just haven't seemed to get started, or you always wanted to 10x that business that you already have, expand it to the next level, you know exactly what you need to do, but you just haven't done it? Well, I've already purchased all the courses, read all the books, the Tony Robbins, all sorts. I have several degrees, including a master's degree and credits toward a doctorate. I've sat with and met celebrities and done the networking. And what I realized is what I really needed was a mastermind group of people working toward my project, my business, or my endeavor. So what I've done is met with coaches and met with experts and put them together to work on your project. So join us today for our Mastermind networking group. I'll see you there. Click the link below and join us.
And welcome to the show. Today we're reading chapter 1. Chapter 1, get clear about what you want from life. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened unto you. For everyone who asks, receives. The one who seeks, finds. And to the one who knocks, the door will be opened. Proverbs. Getting clear about what you want is the most important secret because it drives all of the other secrets. I cannot tell you how many times I have met with people who want to start a business but state that they do not know what type of business they want to start. This is absolutely ludicrous. How can one begin a journey that one doesn't know where he or she is going? A pilot starts with a flight plan. He doesn't just aimlessly hang out in the sky and say, oh, I'll see where I end up. In London or New York, maybe? Getting clear on a direction was the hardest part for me as well. It was difficult because I didn't know whether or not I would be wrong. It sounds familiar? Choices? I have made decisions in the past that didn't work, i.e. my divorce, etc. But I didn't know then what I know now, which is that there are no bad decisions. As long as we're alive, we can always make another decision and begin to move forward. What makes you stuck? Next section. Seemingly, the easy thing to do is avoid making another bad decision by making no decision at all. People often say, I don't know what to do, Arlene. We know exactly what to do. But at times, we're too afraid to face it. So we whine and complain and we get stuck. We can't move forward because of fear, but we are always too smart to move backwards. So there we are, dangling in the wind. We're on the elevator, too brilliant to go down, but too afraid to go up. Well, this helps no one. And I am glad that you picked up this book, or in this case, you're watching this video, listening to this audio, because the change happens today. Analysis paralysis. Next section. There were so many things that I was good at. There were so many shiny objects everywhere. There were so many options, just like for you. Studies have shown that it is easy to make a decision when faced with only 2 options. And it's much more challenging when there are a myriad of options for us to take. So only give yourself 2 options when you need to take an immediate action. As I said, there were too many shiny objects that I could have taken, and I did take. At first, I fooled myself into believing that I was doing research. I sat for hours at the computer trying to compile a list of possible directions. just like they tell you to do in all those self-help books and videos. Then I looked at all of the people who were at the top of their game in the same field that I was endeavoring to be in. Then I researched some more. Then I found another angle to come at it from. Instead of YouTube, well, let's research on Facebook. Well, I don't really like Facebook, so let's start with Instagram. And on and on and on until finally I got overwhelmed and didn't want to take the wrong path. And eventually I realized that I was doing nothing. So for some of us, it's staying in that same job. It's staying in that same position. It's staying in that same place and just doing nothing. If we have gone through a challenge or a trial in the past, I want you to know that we're now stronger for it. There are no wrong directions, guys. And as long as we're alive, we can go in another direction. As Gloria Mayfield Banks, the top earner of Mary Kay, a multi-millionaire, says, just decide again, okay? Therefore, we should not let a decision paralyze us. No decision is final until death. How to get clear. Next section. So this is the secret. The secret to making decisions is to just pick one, pick one item to begin working on. I don't care if you think that it may be the wrong item. Once you get on the road and you get started, momentum will kick in, which is secret number 3, and you can always change your course. But at least you have movement. And as long as we're moving, we know whether the direction that we're going in seems like it's going well or not. You can always change your course. There are tons of people who have studied in school in one area in college, and now they work in another area. However, if they had no degree at all, if they hadn't taken the plunge at all, they may not even have been in the room. They may not even have been privy to the new area that is of interest to them. So get started, get clear, and pick a decision, make a decision. I do not know you, but again, I believe that regardless of the decision that you made in the past, none of those decisions were wrong. Someone says, I can hear them, but I had a kid at 18 instead of finishing college and instead of, having a successful career first. That wasn't wrong. It may have taken you in another direction that caused you to take a longer route to get to your goal, but it wasn't a wrong decision. It took you to a place other than where you wanted to be and gave you an experience that you were able to get through. How do I know that you got through it? Because you're here. You are still here and you're engaging in this book. All of your decisions took you to this place, to this crossroad. It all happened to you because it was supposed to happen. Yes, you went through that breakup. Yes, you went through that difficult season, and now you're stronger for it. My mom passed away, and it forced me to be stronger as a result of that challenge. Yes, I wouldn't be doing this if she hadn't passed away. I wish that she was here with me, but I am stronger for it. Absolutely. Would I be writing this book if she were here? Probably not. Stop beating yourself up over whatever it was that led to you getting off course. The past is the past. Now let us be clear about the future. Getting clear. Let me tell you what I know about your future. Your future is bright. Otherwise, you would not have picked up this book. You would not have turned on this program. Your future is what you make it. Regardless of the route that you take, it will be challenging. There is no easy route. Whatever you do for work, someone else does for pleasure. Whatever you do for pleasure, someone else does for work. Again, regardless of the decision that you make, it will be challenging. Make decisions based on what will bring you closer to where you want to be in the years to come, not decisions that will be easier. Then go for it. Go for it with all your gusto, with all your life, without hesitation. Go for it as if your life depends on it, because it does. There are no wrong answers, just different routes. Know that you will end up where you're meant to be. For example, Congressman Eliot Engel started out as a kindergarten teacher and ended up as a congressional representative. Another person that I know started out as an assemblyman and ended up in jail. And who knows where he will be in the future. This is not the most pleasant of examples, but it makes the point that we cannot predict our future based on our current standing. So if you are standing on the precipice of making a major decision, you might as well jump. Jump into the deep and swim like your life depends on it, because it does. If that doesn't make you get clear, then perhaps this will. We are all given the same 24 hours in a day, and none of us is getting out of here alive. We're all going to die. Rich, poor, fat, slim, well-heeled, and degreed or no degree at all. So when you're done on this earth, what do you want them to say about you? What route would you like them to say that you took? You might as well make the most of the time while you're here. First task. Next section. Sit in a comfortable place and just relax and decide what it is that you want from life right now. Stop reading, stop listening, and pull out a piece of paper and write down the question. What do I want from life? Then mind dump and fill the page with 63 answers that describe exactly what you want from life. Write everything that comes to mind, no less than 60 answers. This is not a comprehensive plan. This is just big picture. So write down everything that comes to mind without the details. Just write down stream of consciousness. It can be as grandiose of a plan as you want it to be. It doesn't have to be realistic. When Elon Musk said, I want a car that drives by itself, it didn't seem realistic. Or I want a bus that goes to the moon. It didn't seem realistic. But just write it down, just like he did. The goal is for you to have volume, a portion of volume. All of those thoughts that you've had since childhood that you were always told, you can't do that. Oh, that's not appropriate. That's not real. These are all the things that you're going to write down on this page. Then pick one item to work on and decide, this is the most important part, why it is that you want to work on that item. There is a saying that is that if one's why is strong enough, there is no how that can stop the person from achieving their goals. For example, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had premonitions regarding his assassination, but he didn't stop going. He didn't stop working, even though they had already bombed his home in an attempt to kill him. His why was so broad and so plausible that he would not stop, even if it meant it would cost him his entire life. The last section is a quick story. The story is about Sir Richard Branson, who is the owner of Virgin Airlines and a multiplicity of other companies. He's a huge billionaire. So it says, Sir Richard Branson failed at many businesses and needed his mother to mortgage her home in order to pay off his tax debts. When asked about these multiple business failures, he said, I suppose the secret to bouncing back is not only to be unafraid of failures, but to use them as motivational and learning tools. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes, as long as you don't make the same ones over and over and over again, and don't stay in the mistake, but move forward. One way to offset this would be to have clarity about what we truly desire. When I decided to write this book, for example, it was on my to-do list for quite some time. As a matter of fact, for years and years. but I could never seem to sit down and get started. I kid you not. The minute I thought of you and this pandemic, I was able to begin, and the words came easily, and I was able to just get started in writing. I wrote the first 5 chapters in a day. So something that I couldn't do in 2 years was accomplished within 48 hours. Once I had a strong enough why, and I endeavor to believe that for you, the same thing will be true. Once you determine your strong enough why to accomplish that goal or that vision, you'll be able to get started on it and begin winning at the game of life. So this last section is an activity where I have 4 key questions that you can use to go away and ensure that you will have clarity and know your why. Quote, "Ride the bicycle while we're fixing it," by James Howard. Be kind to yourself is number 1, and forgive yourself for your past. Give yourself some time for this exercise. Number 2, get clear on what you really want. Write at least 60 items. You're going to write stream of consciousness. Keep going and don't stop. And also don't critique yourself on what you're writing. If it's a Mercedes-Benz 360/59, write it down. Don't critique yourself and say, oh, well, this shouldn't be on my list. Just keep writing. Anything at all that comes to mind. Write consistently. Prioritize and pick just one item to work on. So many people get stuck because they have so many things that they say, oh, I'd love to do this and I'd love to do that and I'd love to do the other. Just pick one item to get started on. Does it mean that you're not going to do any of the other items? Absolutely not. But we need to get started on something. Remember, it's better to get started on something and determine that that's not the true ikigai or the true goal than to not get started at all. Question number 3, get clear on your why. You want to work on this item. Spend some time on it. It may take you a couple of days in order to really determine your why for endeavoring to accomplish this goal. The why is so important because when challenges come and those bulldozers hit you, you will know exactly why you're going to continue with the struggle and why you're going to continue with the challenge because you've already spent time investigating your reason for doing it. Number 4, celebrate this micro win once you complete the task. So one of the reasons why we don't move forward is because we're waiting for somebody else to pat us on the back and say, you can do it, and give us that push to say you can win. Number 4 is me giving you permission to celebrate yourself. Celebrate where you are right now. You came through that difficulty. You came through that challenge, but you are now going to move forward. And once you complete all of these tasks, knowing your clear what and knowing your clear why, it is essential to celebrate yourself. Another 3 questions that you can ask yourself is, in addition to what do I want, ask yourself, why don't I have it yet? What is it that has happened in my past that has caused me not to have it? Or what is it that I've not done that's caused me not to have it? And then 3, what am I going to do in order to get it? So many people, many of the gurus and experts will say, just tell yourself what it is that you want to do, write it down, and then move forward. And it will just happen. So this is only step 1. I don't believe that that's all there is to it. They're actually the 10 secrets to overcoming fear, getting unstuck, and living your best life. This is only chapter 1, getting clear. But it's essential to at least get clear about what we want so that we can endeavor to arrive at the right place. And as I said in the beginning, when an airplane goes up and it's going from New York to Los Angeles, most of the time, much of the time, it's off course, okay? Sometimes it's a little higher, sometimes it's a little lower, but there is a plan, okay? They know that they're going from New York to LA. They're not just hanging out in the sky. And so it's essential for us, in order to win at the game of life, to not just hang out, but to know exactly where we're going. And like I said, some of you may think, well, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too fat, I'm too old, I'm too skinny, I'm too Asian, or too whatever else there could be. But I'm here to share with you that there are people who are just as old as you, just as young as you, just as tall, just as slim. And who comes to mind is Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders was already retired when he started Kentucky Fried Chicken, which is now KFC and one of the most successful franchises in our country. So wherever you are, just know that there's someone just like you who has had maybe a multiplicity of challenges that are even more insurmountable than yours, and they've still come through and ended up on top. So on top for you is different than on top for me, but my challenge for you today is to walk through all 4 of these questions and determine your what, your reason for being, your ikigai, getting clear, and also your why. Till next week, when we do chapter 2, I look forward to seeing you. Know that you can go where you want to go, you can do what you want to do, and you can be who you want to be in the world. Have a great week. See you then next week. And make sure that if you like this, that you will subscribe to the Ask Arlene Show on YouTube. Make sure that you visit us at www.askarleneshow.com, where you can find more videos, you can find more helpful information, programs, and tools and tips and techniques to help you win at the game of life. Because despite COVID-19, guys, there are still opportunities for us to win and for us to move forward. And I'm so distressed by the knowledge that the 2019 Miss America committed suicide on Sunday, that it drove me to say we have to do something. Okay, so share this video of encouragement with a friend, because you never know who your friend is in terms of, or where they are in terms of their mindset. So just make sure that you give a word of encouragement to the people around you and make sure that they're okay. Because everybody came out and said, this woman is beautiful. I mean, she's a Miss America. She was an attorney. She was wealthy. She had seemingly everything on the outside. And yet she committed suicide. So I just want you guys to know, have a great week. Extend yourself to others, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I'm Arlene, host of the television talk show Ask Arlene, which airs on Thursdays at 6:30. And I'm here to tell you 2 reasons why you should join our Speakers Bureau training and how to become a world-class speaker. 1, revenue generation. People who know how to communicate well earn more dollars and cents. And 2, if you have a day job, you're not a speaker, teacher, author, trainer, you're going to gain promotion on your job if you're better able to communicate with confidence in those board meetings. Now, you say, why should I join your group, Arlene? There are so many programs out there. Well, I'm guaranteeing you an interview on television or radio if you complete our 10 sessions of our Speakers Bureau training. So I have a plethora of friends that do the same types of things that I do. And so we're guaranteeing you an interview on either television or radio. And you say, well, why else, Arlene? Why else should I join? Well, if you join our Speakers Bureau, after having taken the 10-session training, I am going to help you, along with our team, to launch that speaking career that you always envisioned, so that you can use your message to change the world. So there's so many programs out there, and they tell you how to be a speaker. But I'm going to actually help you to get booked on paid speaking engagements, on television and on radio, if you complete all 10 sessions and you join our Speakers Bureau. I hope to see you there and see you using your dream, your vision, and your talent to change the world. Bye-bye. See you there. Hello, I'm Arlene McLaren. I'm a life coach and a business consultant. I help you to move forward in your business, project, or endeavor. So I'm reminding you, you can go where you want to go. You can do what you want to do. And you can be who you want to be in the world. Today, I'm in a beautiful scenery in Napa County with the beautiful water and the beautiful mountains. And what I'm saying to you is you can live your best life. So I have a 5-day, 3-step program for you, free of cost, to help you to live your best life. Please click the link below and start your 5-day course. That's my gift to you so that you can begin to live your best life. Those dreams that you always had, those goals that you've always had, those things that you've held in your heart and in your mind that you just haven't yet manifested. We'll take this 5-day program and let's begin getting you on that journey. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you there.
Hi, I'm Arlene, host of the television talk show Ask Arlene, which airs on Thursdays at 6:30. And as a business consultant and life coach, I help you to move forward in your business, project, or endeavor. So if you always wanted to write a book, but you just haven't seemed to get started, or you always wanted to 10x that business that you already have, expand it to the next level, you know exactly what you need to do, but you just haven't done it? Well, I've already purchased all the courses, read all the books, the Tony Robbins, all sorts. I have several degrees, including a master's degree and credits toward a doctorate. I've sat with and met celebrities and done the networking. And what I've realized is what I really needed was a mastermind group of people working toward my project, my business, or my endeavor. So what I've done is met with coaches and met with experts and put them together to work on your project. So join us today for our Mastermind networking group. I'll see you there. Click the link below and join us.
I've decided that I'm a good person and that I deserve good things to happen to me. And therefore, I've decided that I'm going to pamper myself as much as possible. I'm going to look for as much fun. I'm going to look for as much fulfillment. I'm going to look for as much ease. I'm going to follow my ease. I'm going to follow my bliss. I'm going to follow my flow. I'm going to follow the good feeling. I'm going to let the...
You care for the house, the kids, and our future. My Shiro's day is never done. So let's save a little more now so we can create the retirement we want. A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Name some things I'll be without you, good. Stop the growth, I bet you think you could. Said you gon' leave me, man, I wish you would. Yeah, I'm different, so I'm misunderstood. So I'ma always be good. Said I'ma always